Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to show number 2805. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, Robin Fox, and my cock. Are in the men's room. On tap today, bitches. Welcome to day 1 of Weed Week. Your guess is as good as mine. Categories: stoner movies and comfort foods. We will review some men's room rules. Get ready to play Profile This. Plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted. All right, here we go to the Friendly Skies, where 3 dancers explain mid-flight while they call it EasyJet. Meanwhile, a woman traveling on Air China has a flight that she will never forget. I had a knife to her throat.
Oh, she won't remember that.
Police in England tell a burglary victim to look for stuff on eBay because they don't have enough time. It seems the record holder for Donkey Kong and Pac-Man did an old-school video crime. An Australian surfer gets in boxing match with Great White Hope. I mean shark. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, authorities in Anchorage, Alaska, intercepted 5 pounds of heroin, which ruined the party we had planned for our KZND listeners. But anyway, they found the heroin inside of the engine of an SUV. The engine had been shipped up from Southern California. A guy kept calling to check on his engine. They found the heroin. The point of the story, don't ship heroin in SUV engines. In Atlanta, Georgia, police there, they seized 500 pounds of methamphetamine hidden inside of wax Disney character figurines, including but not limited to Pluto, Daisy Duck, Winnie the Pooh, and Piglet. Don't ship meth in Disney characters. And in Ukraine, authorities, they confiscated a human in a delivery truck. The guy packed himself in a wooden crate, had his friend ship him across the country. The idea was that he'd steal other people's packages from the truck, but the plan fell apart when he realized that the plan was stupid, and he ended up being arrested. There's a general theme going there, but just understand these are the kinds of stories that, well, leave us with many questions in our mind, questions we'd like to ask you in the form of our random question. Here's how it works. You call us, we ask you a question at complete random. And after you answer the question, we'll share with you the news story that inspired said question.
Be part of the big show on a random question. Call 844-999-OLA. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live and send those emails to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All the Joes and away we go. Welcome to show number 2805. Holy cow, we are off and running on day 1 of Weed Week. Let's get it going on. Weed Week goes like this as we get set for the week of weed. One of us gets high every single day. It is up to you to figure out which one of the members of the men's room are stoned to the bejesus belt. Now, we do it all kinds of different ways. Sometimes it's just one of us getting high. Sometimes it's a couple of us getting high. We've done it where one guy on the show was sober and then everybody else on the program was absolutely baked. Mm-hmm. Various ways of getting to that place, smoking it, eating it. It really just depends on who gets their name picked and how they want want to go about this deal, but Mike had a epic day last time when we did Weed Week.
That's a word for it.
He had one of those days that was just unimaginable in his brain to be on the air. And
I wouldn't have called that epic.
Be that fried. We thought
it was epic.
We thought it was epic.
It was epic,
We were
man.
big fans of that.
He was on the couch. Planet.
Yeah,
he
so-
was on the couch for a while.
Are we sure we just gave him weed? Like, you were so high. Like, man, I think there might be PCP or something.
Right.
in there.
Yeah, it's craziness. So today on Weed Week, just so you know, we had one member of the show get really, really high beforehand. And you need to go and check out our Twitter at Men's Room Live there. And you can vote or send us an email to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. Let us know which member of the program you believe to be high. So not only do we have that for you today as day one of Weed Week is underway, your guess is as good as mine with a weed twist, as the categories will be 10 of the best stoner movies of all time and comfort foods that we enjoy more than anything else. And let's face it, on a cold, rainy day, nothing better than maybe getting stoned, watching a little television, making some food, chilling out on the couch, doing that whole deal. Also coming up, Men's Room Rules and another round of Profile This. So we're set to go here on day one of Weed Week.
And just tell your kids that smell is burnt toast. It worked for me. When they get older, they'll figure it out. From the comments, people are already saying it's you and me. It says Miles and Thrill, even though they keep spelling your name wrong. It's M-I, not M-Y. I don't know why it bugs me. It just does.
It does me too.
Just because I have to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you spelled it that way out loud. But
I've got bigger fish to fry.
You certainly do.
Yes, that's absolutely the case.
You really do.
I don't need to worry about that kind of crap.
Random
question, 844-999, Ola.
Hello, Megan. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hi, guys.
Hola. Hello, Megan. How are you?
Hola. I'm
Hello.
good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. You know what? We're just going to
Good.
start this one off because it just seems to be like one of those kind of days and one of those types of shows. So,
How do you know this already? How do you know? Like, we just got on there. Like, we did our warm-up. We introduced everything.
Yeah,
we
how do I
explained
know?
Weed Week. And now you have already predicted kind of how this show
you know
shall
what?
move.
I think it's just the karma police on my side.
Karma police? Okay.
Is that good karma or bad karma?
I'm not really sure.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, let's go with this one, Megan. Damn it.
Oh, damn
Okay.
it. Sorry.
I know. I
Jesus.
just... yeah.
Trying there, but no.
Right.
Everybody's high.
Good work.
Okay, what, Megan, what happened to your Meemaw?
What happened to my Mima?
Yeah, your grandma.
Meemaw.
What happened to Meemaw? Your grandma. We
Nemo?
We normally know.
Yeah, Nemo, dude.
Nemo. What happened to Nemo? What happened to your grandmother? We have replaced grandmother forever in here with Meemaw.
Makes you sound cuter and fuzzy.
It really does.
Oh,
What happened,
thank you, Mom.
what happened to your grandmother? It could have been great. It could have been
Well,
terrible.
She passed away.
Yeah, what happened to her in her lifetime? Where you're like, man, oh man, that was messed up.
Well, I'll tell you what. She never wore a bra.
Oh. How bad was that?
So did you sit on her boobs like when you sat on her lap?
Her boobs were like down to her knees.
Yeah, my grandmother too, and it never occurred to me until I got older. Like, I never sat on her lap. I never once sat on her lap, man. I sat on her boobs, and it bugs me to this day.
Did Grandma have like 50 skin tags coming off her neck or anything like that? You know what I'm talking about?
Did she what?
Did she have like 50 skin tags coming off her neck or anything like that?
No. My grandmother was beautiful. She was Spanish. She was absolutely beautiful, but she never wore a bra, and her boobs were like
Were they
super,
too much?
super long.
Were they too
Super long. You said
how
your
many-
grandmother's beautiful, but she had abnormally
Right.
long boobs. I mean,
how can that? Yeah, was she a petite woman with these abnormally large breasts?
Yeah. She had some big knockers when when she was young, but not wearing a bra. I mean, she wore dresses every day. She never wore pants either. So she just wore like a little camisole slip underneath, and her, yeah.
How many children did your grandmother have?
She had 7.
7, because it seems like she's always ready for action based
Yeah,
on how
so-
you described her and her clothing style.
but did she just let the kids hang off of
Right,
her
exactly.
breasts
She just
when
bent
breastfeeding?
over
Like-
and fed them.
Like, hold on, I'm not holding it.
She was my grandfather's mistress.
Your grandfather's mistress.
So all the kids, 7
Yes.
kids, were by a man who was married to
Yes.
somebody else.
Yes, and he had 9 kids with his wife.
All right, this guy was quite the
Wait,
Casanova.
so wait, hang on. He had 9 kids, and then your grandmother had 7 kids.
Yes, and my grandmother was his mistress.
Now, and I'm sure your grandmother knew that he was married and all that?
Yes.
7
yeah,
kids
the families
later.
hated each other growing up.
All right, and was this, I'm assuming this guy had a ton of money.
Yeah, he was wealthy, yeah. He was.
Because you need to be rich to be able to supply enough food on the table.
Well, 16 kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
16 kids.
It's a lot of kids. Okay.
Well, one thing we know about your grandfather, and I've never even met the guy, Boob Man.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a boob man?
Now,
he had to be a boob man.
Did any of the family ever get together? Did the brothers and sisters, even though they had
years later,
fathers, did they?
Years and years later, after my grandmother passed away, then they reunited with the other family, and so it's all good now. But there's not a lot of them left because they're so old now.
Are they? Were they decent people? Was it awkward when you meet them? All things considered.
Actually, yeah, it was. It was awkward. It was, but I mean, it turned out to be good. It turned out to be a positive.
Did your grandmother look at all like his wife?
No. My grandmother was beautiful. His wife was kind of tore back looking.
All right, kind of tore back looking.
Well, how about her boobs? How about her boobs?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Okay, Megan. Now the next question
I don't remember her boobs.
Did his wife know of your grandmother's existence?
Yes, and she hated her. Yes.
Well, so they both knew that each other was there, and they both he'd say well, I'm going to go over to her place tonight, and they go, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess so. I'm not really sure how that went. I know it was weird, but
how much
back in the day too?
How much money do you think he had? Because that explains a lot.
Oh gosh, he when he died, he left a lot of. I don't know how much money he had, but he was a very rich landowner. He had a bunch of land, and he retired from the railroad. Like he'd been there for 50 years or something.
Yeah, he was like a bull put to pasture. I mean, this guy should have been retired from a lot of things. It sounds to me like, you know what I mean, like
retired
from the stud farm.
Exactly. He was a Spaniard. He was from Spain.
Aha, he was a Casanova.
Yes, he was.
All right. Okay. Well, he was a swordsmith, apparently.
Is that how you get away with it?
I guess so.
Could we get away with that, say, if we went to China? Would they be like, well, it's one of those suave American guys?
No,
right?
you'd have to say Casanova.
But
like a bear. He was probably he's not a landowner. He's a land baron.
But do you have to be Latin to be called? So no, if I go to China,
he was Spanish. Though,
no, man,
Latin.
The Spaniard. I know, but still, okay, Latin-based language. They still say he's the Casanova. You know what I mean? Like, where can we go?
I don't think we can be Casanovas. We're not allowed to be.
Nowhere on
Australia or Sweden. I've done a lot of research, and I saw it on I saw it in a magazine.
What would you call?
I feel like in Australia, I still think they expect monogamy. They just think you're decent. I feel like in Sweden somehow you could get away with it.
I hung out with a bunch of Dutch people, and they all thought I was from Texas, and that seemed to work.
What? So you never corrected them when it looked like things were working?
Well, I was wearing cowboy hats and stuff and an American flag bathing suit, a Burning Man.
Oh,
so it was very hard
right.
for them not to And I kept joking, yeah, I'm from Texas. I got this American flag bathing suit came with a gun, and they were like, "Oh, really?" It's like, no, it's a joke.
They believed you,
but they were like, "Oh, Ted, you have multiple guns.
Buy a gun, get a bathing suit."
Wow.
Where does that happen?
Right here in America. Yeah. The reason we asked what happened to your Meemaw, man, oh man, this is a terrible story. A Brooklyn grandma faces surgery after taking a stray bullet to the head during a fight that escalated into gunfire. Louise Ferdinand remained upbeat at Kings County Hospital after the shooting when the bleeding woman was dragged to safety inside a nail salon by her daughter and nephew. The woman, now sporting a large bandage on her right cheek where the bullet exited, nodded in her hospital bed when asked if she was doing okay. As four members of the Ferdinand family, they were doing some window shopping along Flatbush Avenue when I guess a fight ensued between two angry 19-year-olds. One man pulled a gun, started firing at bystanders who were scrambling for cover. Louise was struck in the back of the head before the bullet exited through her cheek. The victim's daughter, Felicia Ferdinand, said she heard the crackle of gunfire and then saw Mom lying on the ground. I heard pow, pow, pow. It's gunshots. I look over at my mom, and she was on the ground. I saw blood and said, Mom, are you shot? My daughter said, Meemaw, Meemaw. No, she didn't say that. Felicia and her cousin helped pull the woman inside to safety.
What is with Meemaw?
I wanted to work it in. I wanted to work it in again. It's too funny for me.
We heard it once, all right? Someone said, my Meemaw. We were talking about the grandmother. You hear Meemaw, and you make this mental note like, that's so stupid, but fuzzy. So now it's your Meemaw, all right? On this program, you don't have a grandmother, you have a meemaw.
Oh, no.
I get what y'all say.
I heard 2 more
Meemaw.
shots.
You're from
Our
Texas,
backs were turned.
right?
I didn't know what was happening. We pulled her into the store. Felicia's 3-year-old autistic son was in his stroller. He was also steered away from line of fire by his mom. When I heard the shots, I looked around. The guy was running toward us, holding his chest, and then he fell to the ground. So this is a bad thing. But, yeah, Meemaw's going to be okay. So that's a good news.
Damn, meemaw got shot, man.
She got shot in the head and a bullet came out of her cheek, and she's okay.
There's 2 19-year-old kids to fight.
Right, that's it.
Come on, man. I mean, I hate to say, use your fist. Just use your. I bet your meemaw will work their ass if they're using their fist. Right? Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
All right, Jared, what do we have here? All right, Jared, what would you say is the most least appropriate place that you have relieved yourself? Use the bathroom.
Oh, man. All kinds of places, but I would say...
I think least appropriate is wherever you get caught. I mean, I'll pee anywhere. If I got to pee, I'll pee. If I get caught,
I've seen
I'm
you
like,
pee in some inappropriate places.
Oh, yeah. If you know me, you know I'll pee in it. I bought a pack of cigarettes while peeing.
I mean, that was
it's
the one
just
I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought that was a work of art. That was a work
I could not
of art.
believe it. I
to
could not
buy
believe it.
cigarettes, have a monetary exchange, do this complete transaction while peeing on the guy's store, and he has no idea. And I wasn't being mean. I just had to pee, and we needed cigarettes.
Jared, anybody who listens on the East Coast knows, after a certain time at a grocery store, gas station, 10 o'clock, they basically they lock the front door. You can walk up to a bulletproof glass window, but you're not getting in the store. No way. But you can't walk up, and they'll swirl some stuff around. So you go, like, can I get a couple Snickers, a can of Coke, and that? They'll give it to you, but you can't walk in the place. So Steve's up at the window just pissing all underneath that window. Like, it's just all over the wall.
I had to pee, and I needed cigarettes.
And I'm just sitting there filling my car with gas going, God damn it, look at that.
Well, how drunk were you when you were doing that?
Oh, I was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about
Okay.
that. But I'd have done it sober, man. I really had to pee.
So where was the least appropriate place you peed?
I would say the least appropriate place would had to have been, it was late at night, on a weekend, and I just got, I was in high school, and me and this girl I was dating, we out and about, you know, drinking and driving, doing what we weren't supposed to, and we decided we were going to get down in there was this really cool, like, jungle gym type playground, and she's like, hey, I want you to, you know, F me in there. So, whatever, we're drunk, it's late, and
Jungle love.
so after I get done nailing her in a playground that's connected to a church, I stand up on top of the slide and take a piss everywhere.
Oh, down the slide.
No, not down the slide. Not down the slide. Off the other way. Just went into the gravel. I'm not that bad.
All right.
You know, man, you're
Kids
right.
play there.
I like that idea, then.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't pee down the slide, but I like just having the elevation, kind of the king of the world pee.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, we've talked about it. What's the highest pee you've ever had?
Yeah, you know, man, and I don't know.
That's a tough
Barring
one.
a plane, like you're outdoors.
but like it's just falling. It's just free falling.
And then watching kind of how it sprays.
Because first of all, it'd be dangerous because you'd have to go up beside a cliff.
I think the farthest I've heard my pee drop, this was not my intent, but I was living downtown at the time. I had to pee so bad, man, and the elevator, get up to my apartment, the elevator's taking too long. I go through the fire door, and so it's the stairs, and I had to go. So I unleash it, and I start peeing. Well, the thing is, there's a 4-story parking garage below me. I'm on floor 1, but the thing is, and I didn't realize this until I was peeing, but the stairs are hollow, like they're. So you could hear my pee, like, you know, like in a movie, someone will drop a rock down a dark hole to see how far it goes, and it keeps getting farther and farther away. It was like that, and I could hear my pee dropping like 40 feet down below.
See, that's a high pee.
Yeah.
That's a high pee.
But does that count? Because it
Yes,
wasn't
it
my
does.
intent.
No,
I've done it in a hotel, too, like that.
What, through
Down
the
the stairwell.
stair? Yeah. I mean,
I did
had
it
to
down
do
a trash chute like that.
I think the
Did
worst
you
I
do it
had...
down a trash chute?
No, I would never
I think the worst I
Really?
had...
No.
It's going into a trash can.
I know, but still.
I peed down to the lobby of the parking garage. I mean, at least if you pee down a trash chute, man, it's still trash.
Yeah.
My buddy's sink.
I peed in the sink.
Oh, yeah,
Kitchen
yeah.
sink.
That's.
Oh,
yes,
Tad.
yeah. Because
Well,
you
I
don't want to
told
wake
you-
people up.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Wake me up, dude.
Well, you're going to walk down a hallway. They maybe have kids or whatever. It's early.
Wake
They
me
were
up.
going to a funeral the next day. The wife
Right.
was.
Oh, so sad.
So I peed in her sink instead of waking her up.
Hey,
And
how about
stole a
this?
donut.
The stench of death in your
And
kitchen.
stole a donut.
Yeah, I peed in their sink, stole a donut, and rolled out.
I'm out. Worst, least appropriate place you've relieved yourself. Famed Walden Pond, which inspired Henry David Thoreau, is being killed by urine. And this comes from NBC News. I love the writer's name. His name is Corky Samasco. Honest to God.
God. It is.
And he's brilliant with a pen. Listen to this. If Henry David Thoreau were alive today, he might retitle his most famous work On Golden Pond. And he would be pissed. Crazy, Corky Samasco. That's because Walden Pond, the once pristine jewel that inspired the American naturalist and philosopher in the mid-1800s, has been befouled by generations of swimmers peeing in the water, according to a new study. So much so that it's wrecking the ecosystem and devastating the fish population of the pond, which is 25 miles west of Boston. And Thoreau immortalized that in his best-known work, Walden, or Life in the Woods, or any of that transcendental crap that was going on at the time. What was the other one? Henry David Thoreau, Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was another one of those dudes. I can't believe I remember that. These findings suggest that although mitigation efforts have curtailed anthropogenic nutrients inputs into Walden Pond, the lake has not returned to the pre-impact condition described by Henry David Thoreau. So I guess there's no real outtake in the pond and no real intake.
So how many years do they think people have been peeing in the pond? Because everyone's peed in that pond.
Well,
I mean,
that's what they say. Thoreau dipped his toes there in 1845.
Oh.
So people have been going there and swimming since that point in time.
Before that.
At the very least, so that's a...
Why don't they just close it for a couple years?
Yeah, I mean, why don't they just clean it like a pool? You know what I mean? Just throw some chemicals in there and figure the fish are going to die anyway. The hell with it. And just,
Is it affecting the fish or is it affecting the people?
It's fishing. No, it's fish population, plant life, the whole deal. It's
That
basically
much pee.
it's basically just one big pile of urine. That's what they're saying.
Jump in.
With your mouth open.
Scientists recommend kicking people out of the pond. Swimmers are probably the
Yes.
largest source of such
Thank you.
nutrients now, and demand for the beach facilities is likely to increase in the summer. Swimming education programs or construction of a separate swimming pool facility nearby to maybe relieve some of the... So basically what they're saying is they should build a pool close to the pond so you can go pee in there instead.
All right.
Just take a couple years off and go back and pee.
Or supply bathrooms.
Random question, 844-999. Ola, more your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Day one of Weed Week. Vote on which member of the men's room you believe to be high at this very point in time. If you follow us on Twitter at mensroomlive.com. As it is day one of Weed Week, and one of us is absolutely blazed. In the meantime, it is our random question. Question 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Corey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas!
Hola!
All right, Corey, let's see what we got for you here, man. Oh, boy. All right.
Happy Weed Week.
Hey, thank you. We
Happy
appreciate
Weed
it.
Week.
Yes, it is Weed Week. All right, let's go with this one. Corey, what was stolen from you? What did you have stolen?
Oh, let me think. Oh, you know what I just recently had stolen that pissed me off?
What's that?
Somebody stole a tank of gas out of my truck.
Oh, they siphoned it out of your truck.
No, I wish they would have siphoned it, because that would have been way cheaper. They actually punctured a hole in the gas tank and drained it.
Oh,
What did how do you think what did they drain it into? Like a pan or something?
I don't know, but the next morning, I went out to my truck and I could smell gas, and I turned it on, and it was on E.
No, wait a minute. When they lifted
And I
your
looked
trunk,
underneath and found a hole.
did they see a drilled hole, or did it look like something might have punctured your gas tank? Like, was it done on purpose, or was it a crack and it just leaked
ew,
out?
come on.
Oh no, it was done on purpose. They were, like I felt probably like I climbed underneath and felt around, and I found probably a quarter inch round hole.
How much did this cost you to repair?
Well, luckily, insurance covered it, so it's just $100 deductible
How in the hell?
and a tank of gas.
All right.
And tank you got. How many gallons does your tank hold?
20, and it was pretty much full. So
Because that would be
it was
risky
another
as
50
hell,
bucks
man.
there.
Because if you get one spark,
That's what I mean. I wouldn't want to puncture anything
yeah.
holding gasoline.
That's not how I would get in there. But
See, I do the old school siphoning trick.
all right. Well, the reason we asked what was stolen from you, this is a hell of a story. A door to a Columbia residence in South Carolina was damaged during a recent burglary. Specifically, a few things were stolen from the residence. The incident occurred April 1st at the home on Apple Valley Court. It sounds lovely. This according to Live 5 News. That's at Broad River Road and St. Andrews Road, if you were wondering.
Of course.
An unknown suspect entered the residence by kicking in the back door. He completely destroyed the door frame, according to police reports. Footprints were seen on the door, according to the report, and 2 chicken nuggets had been removed from the refrigerator. The damage to the door is valued at $100, according to the television station, but the chicken nuggets, they claim that they are valued at $1. The incident remains
Each
under
or total?
$1 is what they said that they were
50
valued at.
cents a
So
nugget.
$101 here, $100 for the door, $1 for the nuggets, and the case is still under investigation by the Columbia Police
No, it's
Department.
not.
Someone kicked down the door and stole 2 chicken nuggets.
Listen, I hate to break their heart. It's not under investigation because they stole 2 chicken nuggets. But Ted, what's the going rate? If I get 6 nuggets at McDonald's, how much am I paying? Because they have them valued at 50 cents a pop. 2 nuggets gone, $1 damages.
I don't know. I know a 20-piece is like $4.99.
They do have a 4-piece on the value meal, which might be close to $2. Maybe that's how
Is
they got
it?
that. I don't know.
I mean, how do you estimate, like, you go to McDonald's, were they tenders? Were they McNuggets? Right, because they say chicken nuggets. Or are they the store-bought kind?
Either way, they sounded high.
Yeah, you got to be stoned. You're like, I was just steal that TV, but they got nuggets in the fridge, man. Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Mike, how are you, sir?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing good. Mike, you seem twisted enough. Would you like an inappropriate question instead?
Bring it on, Miles.
It's the inappropriate question.
Apologies in advance. Here is your question. You have to mouth suckle a half gallon of milk. Do you pick suckling it from a chimpanzee, a kangaroo, or a dolphin?
Ooh. So I'm being breastfed. What am I? I got a chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee, kangaroo, or a dolphin?
Where are the kangaroo's nipples? Are they where they should be?
I'm assuming that they are, yes.
Or would they be in the pouch?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because if it's in the pouch, it's out.
I'm not sure.
That seems like a very moist, stinky place.
You have to get a half gallon of milk. I think that's more problematic. That's correct. So you might have to go multiple times before you get this job.
Well, see, that's the problem. A chimpanzee, I feel like that, or a kangaroo is going to be multiple trips, right? The dolphin, I think one suckle, I can get half a gallon out of that.
I don't know, man. Dolphin milk, I'm not familiar with.
I'm not. But look, long story short is I want to do this as little as possible, and I feel like the dolphin will provide the most bang for the buck. So even if I get a cup a time out of the dolphin, that's fewer trips back. You follow what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I'm choosing dolphin.
Dolphin? All right. You know what, man? That's the animal I picked to have sex with many years ago. I'm going to stick with dolphin just based on that.
Keep in mind, this was out of a choice of what animal would you have sex with.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. I picked
I'm
dolphin.
just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Not like
that's a fair question. though. We were just at a
Kate Beckinsale or a dolphin.
It was a hypothetical. Like, yeah,
I just wanted to clear it up for you.
We're not into bestiality.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.